Rated M for mature.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another after party. We are filming this right after the previous one despite the timeline on the YouTube uploads. Well, not right after, a week after, but whatever. This time we've got the four here, but we've also got the new joinee at this point in time, Sweet Cookie 500. Here she is. What was that? What kind of intro was that?
Beautiful. My name is Karl from the D&D.
Hello, everybody. In all seriousness, hello. I'm Bizzy. I'm the one that plays the angry feline. Hello.
Your name is Bizzy, like real name.
No. My real name is not Bizzy.
Yeah. All right.
Character Bizzy.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Say the line.
Say the line.
But
My name is Bizzy.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, because you weren't here, Sweet Cookie, when we did episode 1 and 2 of the after party, we are going to have to catch you up. So, I'm giving you this opportunity right now to talk about your experiences with Dungeons and Dragons before now, and then we'll move on to the character creation process, which was unique for you specifically. But let's start with what have you done with D&D before all of this?
The setting. The time, September. The setting on my PC. I had just completed my $80 purchase of Baldur's Gate 3, ready to sit down and
Always
absolutely
Baldur's
enjoy
Gate.
the closest. Look, okay, in terms of D&D, I never actually sat down proper and played Dungeons and Dragons tabletop.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine most people would, because tabletop is like... No, when you say tabletop, do you mean just like talking or like figurines?
Okay, Dungeons and Dragons is considered like a tabletop game, much like games like Risk and all that are. So you the idea is you play them on a table surrounded by friends. You can play them in a more digital setting nowadays. You have more of that opportunity to do that, but generally speaking, a lot of those games work better face-to-face, and my only closest experience to Dungeons & Dragons is Baldur's Gate 3, when that came out. Hey, for a close enough experience with D&D, that's a pretty good starting point.
Yeah, I think so. Major, you were the one... You played Baldur's Gate as well, didn't you? Was that someone else? No, yeah, that was him. Okay, I was right.
I posed you the question, Major. Who did you romance?
Yes. Who did he romance?
Yes. Who did you romance in that game? There are no wrong answers.
Karl.
See? Like I said, there are no wrong answers.
Okay. I have I can't judge anything because I haven't played it myself, and I don't think I will, because fantasy is too much for me.
I had a Mass Effect decision-making framework. Speech pathway type thing pop up.
Wasn't I think the joke for Baldur's Gate ended up being like, if a decision didn't end up going your way, you just pressed a quick tab on your computer and you just reload a checkpoint.
Yeah.
There was a quick button to save, and then there was a quick button to reload to your last save. So
that's pretty common with any of these choice-heavy games, if I'm being honest.
Yep, pretty much.
Isn't it interesting how, like, all of us pretty much have either never played D&D before, or we never had a proper D&D experience. It's just like...
That's because we didn't have friends.
Yeah.
I have friends, I'll tell you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, look at how far we've come.
We have come a long way together.
I feel like I went a long way at all.
All right.
Together, naturally.
Now, so that's pre this, but now the thing about Bizzy is Bizzy was such an involved character, because when you're introducing a new character, when an adventure is already underway, you have to have a damn good reason to do that. So I was basically coordinating with Sweet Cookie for weeks, I think, trying to figure out where she fits into the world, right?
Hang on, let me see if I can find when the first message was, because you did send me that message. I think. Hang on. Where is
boy.
it? Okay. Yes, it was all the way back in September.
September.
Yeah, September of last year. This was the day before my birthday, actually.
Okay.
So
what day? What day?
year.
Okay. What day in September?
The 17th. It was the 17th.
The 17th. That was literally 2 days after episode 1. So I was already on the ball at that point.
you were on the board with that. You asked me my schedule with Sundays, and I said I'm consistently free. And then you asked me about D&D, and I'm like, just that picture of SpongeBob ascending. That's like, yes,
yes,
my time has come.
The gods look good on me today. Let them shine.
Yeah. Well, I knew that we needed like more, like one more adventurer at least, and you were the only person that I could think of that would fill that gap. But yeah, because we had already started the adventure at that point, we had to like really work together to try and figure out where you fit in. So how about just walk us through like what that was like.
Oh god, it was a while, but I think I remember originally it was something like when creating Bizzy, like when creating like the idea of a character. I don't think Bizzy was really in the idea yet. It was like, okay, let's base something off of the Jazzronauts cast.
Yeah, it was like because there were multiple like things going on, and I raised the possibility of that because I already sort of had a plan to implement something similar to the Jazzronauts. Which, for the people that don't know, it's a Gary's Mod game mode. Extremely fun. I can't run it on my computer right now because it like lags really bad. But it's amazing, and I would highly recommend it. Which is why I sort of grabbed some ideas from it and wanted to include it. And we were tossing it around like, oh, maybe it could be this, and it sort of just developed from there, didn't it?
Like, because if I wasn't that, I figured, have a backup sort of character, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to play a tiefling,
Yeah.
In case I didn't end up going with that first option of, like, that sort of Jazzronauts-inspired character. But then those ideas just ended up merging together.
Yeah, we just did both.
It was just like, why not both?
Forget on us does. Yeah, exactly. I know the meme. Yeah.
Del Taco ad.
Yeah. I don't even like tacos. Don't even like tacos.
Get your old Del Tacos.
Gone to Del Taco.
But during
Shavakadu.
Free Shavakadu.
Whoa, hold on. Are we going back to 2015 now? Jesus Christ.
Yes, we are.
We never left.
During that time, like I was actually sending you a lot of information from the campaign. Like
you sent me I think out of everyone here, I was the first one to receive everyone's character sheets. I was the first one to receive all that information as far as my memory serves.
Definitely. No, I don't think I sent you their character sheets, but I do remember I sent you some information about locations specifically because I knew you would need that.
Yeah, you sent me you sent me the timeline. You sent me like the locations for like Trans Tundra, the Dye Docks, Pipes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All that stuff.
Yeah. And eventually we settled on like, oh, you would be in the Pipes. No, what was it that? No, Dye Docks. Dye Docks. That was correct.
It was Dye Docks.
Yeah.
The place that I came from.
We haven't even seen that yet. We haven't even gone there.
No.
There's okay, wait.
There's been references and allusions towards
the
Pipes, what's been happening in the Pipes.
We haven't really even gotten to that point. Like the people on YouTube probably haven't even gotten to that point yet.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just discard that and pretend like we never brought it up. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is there is a character I also helped create. That's tied to the pipes. I can't wait to see
I think it's going to be a while before we see them, though.
Oh, it's going to be a very long while, but it's going to be fun. Hopefully.
And also, I think I'm going to do a bad job playing them too.
No. You're doing fine.
Okay.
You're doing all right.
You're doing great, son.
You guys have no idea.
We definitely don't. Like, unfortunately, we don't.
Which is good, because then I can distract you with whatever I'm doing.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was Bizzy, and Bizzy got introduced in episode 5, but there's also that bonus episode. And speaking of that bonus episode, that was one of the many trial runs that I did. And trial run is basically my term for I did a one-on-one session with each of these guys. So, and the order that I did them in actually dictates the order that they show up in the like channel animations, the videos that get put up, you know? So I figured that this particular after party would be a great time to go over each of those. And like, most of you don't even know what happened in each other's trial runs, so this will be fun.
This will be completely new for each of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So first up, first guinea pig, as always, is Major.
I guess you could say.
Oh yes, I do love being the sacrificial man.
So how should we go about doing this though? Because I haven't actually posted a full record of what happened in each of them.
I completely remember my trial run.
Okay, well, how about you take it for me then?
Pretty much. So it was it's probably going to be the most boring, like...
Yeah, because like that was when I started out, right?
Like, I was the very first one.
And that was also my very first experience actually dungeon mastering too. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But just take us through a play-by-play of it.
Okay, so I woke up in a trench, right?
Yeah.
So
and this is what we now know as the battlegrounds. You guys went through there in episode 3. Mm-hmm.
I was in the battlegrounds, and pretty much I was disorientated, did not know where I was. So I decided. Pretty much, what I did was I went to like this communication shack within the.
It was it was just a radio that was out in the open on like a portable table, right?
Yeah.
And
no, I think it was inside. I think it was inside the trench.
It was not. Well, it was inside the trench, but it wasn't like protected in any way, you know. But you posed as one of the United Screaming Eagles.
Pretty much, I used my speech 100 technique, and
speech 100,
and I basically gained the trust of General Ratter, who was the leader of the United Screaming Eagles.
Yes, something we're very familiar with now. And as well as Gary hates for some reason as well.
I hate what?
You hate General Ratter.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I hate him. No, that makes sense. I hate that guy.
I got a free shotgun from him.
That proves my point exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he basically tasks me with doing some recon in the city or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I go into the city, and then
you black out.
And then I sneak into a building, and then I pass out.
You're like, we really didn't do much. These trial runs, they didn't last more than like an hour and a half each, I think.
Why did you pass out?
Because the trial run ended. It's like one of those shareware demos, you know? You've got this amount of time. But actually
it's like you're progressing through with the demo, and then you're about to go into an area. It's like, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Please purchase the full game.
Please insert tokens.
Please insert a quarter.
There was actually one thing that you forgot to mention, Major, and that was that Karl met a medic in
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
By the name of Sergey.
Sergey.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I don't think he was ever brought up again.
No.
No.
But like
he was a very interesting chap. He was a defector.
He was a Scarlet Ranger's defector who was like bullied inside the U's army.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something about that character actually, I wonder if I can hold on, I'm just gonna figure out what their okay. So they talk like this, and the thing about Sergey is that he's of Russian descent, but the accent, it actually sounds a little bit German, and there isn't really anything I can do about that anymore. That's the problem. Like, I just come up with these voices at the top of my head, and then I'm stuck with them. But yeah, it is a bit unfortunate that we haven't seen him at all. But I'm sure that at some point, like later on, like far into the future, I'll have a reason for Sergey to show up again. But yeah, that really is all that happened in the Karl's trial run.
Pretty much.
So I think we'll just move on. Hey, let's go with Zero Man 95 playing Tipper.
Oh boy.
Do you remember anything about your trial run?
Well, I remember myself being very uncomfortable because I was trying this again.
Yeah, well, this was your first time doing it. And like, I knew that out of everybody, you were going to have the most problems, like getting used to this stuff. So I put you in like a really like cozy place that would be the least problematic.
I'm trying to remember now.
Wait, hold on a second. As of the upload of this, it's like episode 5. So people actually don't know yet about Trans-Tundra. But you know what? I'm going to just talk about it anyway. The people that are watching, you'll be able to see this location eventually. So, Tipper, you appeared on the road to Trans-Tundra, and you talked with basically a traveling merchant. And you...
Yeah, I remember now.
Mm-hmm. And you... Even back then, you were having problems with your height. I think I had to yell. No, yeah, but also your trial run had you do the most athletics checks out of anything you've done so far. Because, like, you're so small. What am I supposed to do? But yeah, you went into this traveling merchant's like cart, and you managed to snag a bottle of holy water that you didn't even realize it at the time. You bought it for like 1 electrum piece, which is like how much is that? Is it? I'm not sure if it's 50 cents. I don't know.
I don't know what the conversion rate is.
Actually, yeah, that is a good question. Let me actually check what the conversion rate is, because I do have it listed down. And by the way, this is our own personal conversion rate. Okay, so an electrum piece is about $1 Australian.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've done my research. So you basically bought this bottle of holy water, which you didn't even realize was holy water, for $1.
I still have that.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Take that, Baltimore.
Yeah, you still have it, but
you
haven't really used it yet.
I haven't had it hasn't had a purpose yet.
So you went into Trans-Tundra after that, and you tried to get into some place, but there was a guy that was like really big, and he wouldn't let you in.
Oh no! I remember this now.
Yeah,
it was the bloody strange triangle.
Don't. We're not going into details. We're not going into too many details.
We're not going into detail? Okay, fine.
Spoiler territory.
The thing about I think you and Glitch Also, a little bit of Wolf is that, like, stuff that happened in your trial run is a bit of spoiler territory, so I'm going to jump around. But you went back to town, so you basically backtracked because you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. And you found...
Yeah, I remember going back.
You found some kind of religious leader, and he was basically being pushed around on a parade float.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember this part now.
But somehow you got along really well with him. Funny thing about that character is that he's way too enthusiastic and he would interrupt you.
And the way you voiced him reminded me of a certain character.
Yeah? Which one was that again?
I'm pretty sure I talked about it with you.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I bet.
I don't think we should talk about that.
I bet I wrote it down. Did you wrote it down? I did. Pekka from Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
That's what you thought.
A lot like him.
That's what you thought he sounded like.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Yeah, it was very silly.
But yeah, if I remember correctly now, it was a long sail. Like, I was just chilling with him.
Yeah, basically.
For, like, the rest of the trial run.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, at that point, I wasn't comfortable doing battles yet, so I didn't put battles into any of the trial runs at that point. But yeah, you were told briefly about, like, the awesome gamers, and then, wait, hold on a second. Did you guys... Yeah, you guys meet the New Vegas group in episode 5, right?
I think that was it was in the thing with the big radioactive lake.
Yeah. You were there. You were there in episode 5. So yes, yes. Tipper, you were also told about the New Vegas group, and it was like basically this guy said you can join either one of them, but then you got off his float and you like forgot your mission.
Oh wait. Which direction was I supposed to go?
You never asked him like where you were meant to go.
I never asked for directions.
But fortunately for you, you blacked out or something. I don't know.
Something happened.
Something happened. Sure. We didn't cover that. Yeah. But okay. Then I had the laborious task of doing a trial run with Wolf PvP. And I knew at that point, yes, I knew at that point that he was gonna be a troubled individual. So
he's a troublemaker. That one.
Yeah, you know what I did? I put him in basically the deadliest place I had created at that time.
I came out alive.
I put him right in Die Docks.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, I did.
Not Die Docks.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is Die Docks?
That's the place
there.
in episode 5. It's where you met Bizzy.
And it was yes. It smells like home.
Yeah, that's Die Docks. Don't you remember when Bizzy goes, "Welcome to Die Docks, mother," and then she gets cut off?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It's been a few weeks.
It has. It honestly has. Yeah.
It's been so long.
It's been way more than 3 weeks or whatever.
Don't you dare sing Five Nights at Freddy's to me, mate.
I wasn't going to. No.
Yeah,
that was what I was about to sing. But anyway. Yeah, so was put into Die Docks, and I actually made it so that he was there for a little while longer. You actually had supplies, but you were running low. So you eventually went out into the a big room with a lake. It's not the same. Okay, so it's the same like water body as the big radioactive lake that you guys found in episode 5, but it's not the same room. You'll actually see that room in episode... No, not 6. 7. You'll see that room in episode 7. And you actually encountered a particular character that also will appear in episode 7. I can't describe them too much. Yes. It was a shadowy figure, and you like... What'd you do? Yeah, you like tried...
him? I moved him, I froze him again, and tossed him in a vat of acid.
You froze him, pushed him off the edge of the platform, and then like did a Fortnite dance on the edge of the platform. That's literally what you did. Oh, what did I write? Dancing.
Yes, you were right. I did a Fortnite dance.
Dancing on the railing despite the possibility that they survived. Oh my goodness. That was like, at that point I was just
literally
like,
defaulted
okay.
Dance on him. Good lord.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It was something. It would be really difficult to do a default dance on the railing. I think you just did a floss. That would probably have been easier.
Yeah, I did a Fortnite dance of some sort on that fucking railing. On that,
God.
radioactive guy down there.
Okay.
Who else but Wolf?
Who else but Wolf? Okay, but you then went out of Diadox and went up to town again, and you went into some building. You went to the top floor, and there was a place that was like there was a fake wall, and you like broke through that, and there you found basically a goblin. A goblin, and he was basically hoarding a whole bunch of boxes with food and stuff inside it, and you basically just tortured him.
I also scared him as well.
I think I remember this.
There was
slowly but surely. Once it was open enough, I said, "Here's Johnny."
Yeah, there was literally no reason for you to do that, but yeah.
I scared him, tormented him, and stole his box.
He was sensitive to light, and you responded to that by opening the curtains, smashing all of the windows' glass, punching the wall closest to the goblin, hurting both of your hands in the process, and using thunderclap on the wall.
Hey, Wolf.
Oh my god.
I hate to ask this, but are you mentally insane or something?
I'm perfectly fine.
His character
I
is
don't know.
we cannot be sure. We cannot be sure.
I would like to point out his character, by all maturities, is still a child.
Yeah, he's 14. He's 14.
His character is the youngest of the group.
But like,
7 years in Dragon.
Does being 14... That's still super young.
That's my point. You're still a child.
Yeah, but like, does being 14 justify you doing that? I don't think so.
No, not really. I just wanted to do it.
Goodness.
I was like, I have a great idea, and I proceed to scare the fucking goblin.
And I also had a great idea, was to get you captured. Now, I don't think this has been talked about in the episode, so I won't bring it up. We'll just move on. But yeah, you were captured.
Not without a fight, though.
You tried your best, but the problem was you picked up a Geiger counter from Diadox, and it was going off like crazy when you were up there because you like threw... What'd you do? You brought out like a dagger that was also like irradiated because you dunked it in the liquid. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, you're going to get captured. Fortunately for you, that was like, it sort of like led really well into the first episode. So that would have meant that you were the only character that saw your captor.
Yes, indeed.
But we won't talk about that now. Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about my character. I remember it very clearly, but I'm not going to say shit.
Actually, I think you meet them in a later episode, but you just don't realize it's them. The audience will probably know when it happens. Yeah. Anyway, let's now move on to Gary. Gary, do you remember anything? My guess is no.
I remember punching something.
Okay.
No jokes. I actually do remember parts of it. For example, climbing a giant ass chimney.
Yeah,
and then throwing the crystals down. I also remember
So okay, so again,
you climbed a chimney.
We may be getting
very good rolls while doing that.
We may be getting into spoiler territory, so I'll just describe the location. It was like this really foggy place that was up in the air, and there were these large chimneys that went up and you couldn't see where they went up to, but attached to them were these tree houses made of like wood and rope and stuff, and there were bridges on them, and he was just there.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was just there.
Yeah.
I was just there.
It was a pretty, like, it was pretty desolate up there. There wasn't, like, you didn't meet a single person.
No, it was all alone. Though.
Yeah.
Wait, is that spoil? If I
your crystal is not a spoiler.
That's where I got my crystals from.
Yeah,
and literally, I had to, and I can't believe I did this, but because of my brain, I tried every single crystal in any shape and format.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you got to do when you get a fancy item like that.
Exactly. But I can tell by Jack's voice, it goes like, dude, I already told you what it does. Just continue on.
Exactly, like, okay, so your crystal is actually a combination of 3 other crystals, what you did was you dropped the crystals into a chimney, and then it, like, you got a really good roll, and so I was like, well, you're getting a combination crystal. Now, okay, at this point in the story, okay, so we know that one of them is a thermal camera. The other one is, okay, purple is thermal camera, green is farsighted, and at this point in the story, we still don't know what cyan does.
Wait, at this point of the story, or at this point of the recording?
No, because this is coming out before episode 6.
Yeah. But
you find out in episode 6. You find out in episode 6 what it does.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But also, you found that in like a room with a knocked over typewriter, and there were papers all over the floor, and like the message on the typewriter was like some deranged rambling, and I wrote it down. It ended with, "I have to make it to my next stop." That's all I'll say about the lore of this location.
Oh, and wait, am I allowed to talk about the battle?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
Oh.
I got to fight a wooden giant creature.
You had the first trial run battle, and it was a giant wooden titan.
Oh, but do you want to know how I defeated? I punched it in the face with a fire fist.
Actually, wait, no, that's not how you did it. Yeah. No.
No, I did. I punched it with my fist.
Yeah, but that wasn't the killing blow.
Wasn't it?
No, what you did, you pulled out your like tinderbox that was emitting fire, and you just ran around underneath this titan, and you basically just set the whole thing on fire, and it just like was swatting at itself, and then it fell off the bridge.
No, I don't know where you get that story from.
I have it written down. I am the dungeon master. I know what I'm talking about.
That's not how it went. I don't know why you wrote that.
What?
I remember clearly that I punched it in the face. Because I said, oh, can I light my hand on fire and punch it in the face?
That must have been a different battle, because you were actually using your short swords in this particular battle. I'll read what I said verbatim then. Gary notices a strange blob in his thermal vision near the elevator. He attempts to stealthily pass it, but it notices him and reveals itself to be a wooden titan with articulating arms and legs. He slashes at it with his short swords in a spiral motion. The titan knocks him into
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that part.
Yeah. The titan knocks him into a somersault, and he lands on a different bridge unscathed. He switches to a tinderbox and attempts to light the bridge beneath him on fire, but is captured by the titan, which squeezes him. He tries to light the titan on fire, but you receive more damage from squeezing, and you are then eventually successful in lighting the titan's arm. You then run underneath the titan, setting the rest of it on fire, and watch as the titan falls into the fog below. So at no point did you punch. You are sorely mistaken. I'm
telling you right now.
Okay.
Not because of my brain, but I definitely remember punching it. Because I remember making that action. I said, "Can I punch the time with my fist on fire?"
I think that you're definitely mistaken. Anyway, like the audience can come to their own conclusion as to.
I punch it in the face. That's all. Let's just continue. Oh, wait.
Then how come your hand isn't burnt then?
No, I remember because I covered my hand in oil, then I put it on fire.
You did not bring out your oil at that point. No.
You are a maniac.
This is a separate fight. I swear it's either got to be the entity not found or a different fight, but you never did that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So
can I talk about the last part after that? And my favorite part.
Let me think. So I think you talk about it a tiny bit in episode 6. Just like try not to spoil anything. Go ahead.
All right. I pulled the lever and I pulled the wrong one.
Wrong lever. Yeah. Yeah, you were going down an elevator and it had 2 levers. You pulled one and it just like started a waterfall, and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then you just pull the other one and it goes down.
No, I thought. Okay.
Oh, that worked.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
just gonna believe your story because I'm clear. I remember clearly that I pulled the lever and then fell. But,
no, you did not fall.
Did you say it was a waterfall?
It was a waterfall. There was a waterfall that came down, and you were like, "Huh, that's weird." And then you pulled the lever. See, I write all this down. I know what happens.
I know, but
oh boy, it sucks that I only saved Sweet Cookie's trial run. Actually, speaking of which, let's move on to that. Hey.
Oh yes, please. I want to hear this.
Okay.
Sleep more.
Okay.
Now, okay. So at this point, everyone that's watching Interp'd Reality will have seen Sweet Cookie's trial run, so we can talk about spoilers and that. One thing, Sweet, I will say beforehand, you know the last name of somebody. Don't say their last name, please.
He's gonna say who.
Remind me who, and like just type it out to me in.
Okay, fine.
Like,
I have to speak.
Who?
I have to speak in hushed tones here.
Speak in hushed tones, please.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Here we go.
Why can I picture would be?
Oh, you're talking about.
Shush.
You're talking about. No. I'm letting you fill in the gaps in your head. You're talking about.
Just
You're talking about
no last names, please. No last names. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So trial run.
Yes.
That was fun.
Do you remember anything?
I was in a state of wait, am I dead or am I in? Do I need to be picked up? Hello. But yes, and
wait, that was at the end.
That was at the very end. That's the one I remember the most. That was the funniest.
Yes. But we're not there yet. Start from the beginning.
Yeah, no. Basically, Bizzy as a character, for context, she is, as someone described, she's not of this world.
Yeah.
In technicalities, but
at that time, she worked with an organization that was basically just like going around defacing things and making money somehow. Heavy Jazztronauts inspiration.
Yeah, this was, I think, covered in one of the episodes with...
Possibly? I'm not sure, but don't talk about it, yeah.
It was when we met Ambient in episode 7 or 8. We met Ambient. They've all met Ambient.
Yeah, something, but like, the audience knows who Ambient is because they've seen your trial run. I actually preserved a copy of it, so they've seen it. So I think I'll take us through this because it doesn't seem like you know the events as they played out. So
I know the events. It's just more like giving context because I know like it was like, oh, wake up, it was another day. Go find Ambient. This very big world open space. I forgot specifically what it looked like, but
actually,
I didn't find ambient.
Yeah, I do have.
I didn't find ambient at first. It was someone else. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who that person is.
I don't know if their name was ever brought up, but anyway, it was like this. The ground floor was like this. You know I have this really good picture of like the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm thinking that mixed with a hotel lobby that splits off into 4 directions, like Art Deco, warm golden hue to the lighting, no windows, big circular reception desk with these like TV screens and whatnot, that kind of thing. And also there's a giant globe with rings around it that's like, it's kind of like Saturn, but like the rings go in multiple directions, so it's a bit confusing. And you met this alligator.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was allowed to bring him up, but yeah, there was this alligator.
Yeah, you can talk about the alligator, just not their name, because I don't think you even knew their name in the trial run. Anyway, you forgot. If you did mention his name, I've completely forgotten about it. But I did not mention their name in the trial run.
Yeah, there was this alligator. It was like, think of him like an upper management sort of position.
Yeah.
Not the very top, but like one of the office managers, something like that.
Yeah, and he sort of has like this look about him like he's a sales rep, right?
Just like knocks on the door, like, hi, would you be interested in the refrigerator?
Major hates that.
I know you need a refrigerator.
Okay, but go on. Yeah, you went with him, and
I went with him, and
you went down to Sector C. And there before you met Ambient, Bizzy, you got to experience the only curses in the trial runs. Because at that point, I was already doing curses. When did this take place? Your trial run took place after episode 3. Not in terms of the timeline, but in terms of when I did it. So I'm like, okay, I'm already doing curses. Let's insert curses into your trial run. And like...
Yes, that was funny. I think, what was it? It was, I was like doing like pranks and stuff.
Dark magic, yeah.
Dark magic, yeah. It sort of, I think, ended up being like...
a prank.
I don't think I ended up doing... Yeah, it's like just more dark magic pranks.
Yeah. It was pretty funny, though.
I'm just gonna snap this random secretary's neck with the power of magic misty shadow.
No, you tripped him over when he was carrying lots of papers.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned he was carrying lots of paper, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry. That fucker's gonna suffer.
I knew, like, I think I gave you the curse, and then when the alligator left, I was like, okay, how can I capitalize on this curse? Oh, I know, some unsuspecting person with tons of papers. This is gonna work, great.
Listen, you gave me something on a silver platter.
Yes, intentionally.
I am doing.
Yeah. So then you were reunited with Ambient. He was, as a character, your best friend at that point. Yeah, fun times with him.
Yeah. Basically, Ambient had just gotten promoted. Super excited about it. And am I allowed to talk about like specifically my relationship with Ambient at this point in time?
Sure. Go ahead.
Because at this point in time, because Bizzy and Ambient were sort of like a team, like best friends team. He was sort of like my mentor with a lot of. Like, he was sort of Bizzy's mentor with a lot of the stuff that happened. Yeah. Like, he would take charge in the missions. Bizzy would be like think of it like this. Ambient would be like the lead singer. Bizzy would be like the backup singer that was like a cheer squad. Like, okay. I forgot what the
Let me give a better allegory. You know how... Let me give a better allegory. You know how when we play Jazztronauts and I'm always the one that hosts because I have the most money? Just think of that, but excluding the money.
Yeah, something like that. To specifically counterpoint your statement, Glitch, I say best friends because that is something that is spoiler territory to my character. I will not bring it up.
I don't know,
but that is spoiler territory going forward. No, okay. Putting this right out there, Ambient and Bizzy are not related by blood in any way, shape, or form. They are specifically best friends.
Yeah.
I have a specific plan as to why they're best friends, and not like, it's like a brother sister.
I'm not aware of this.
The step siblings.
I swear to
no.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Am I aware of this?
I swear to God, I mentioned this before, but if I haven't, I will remind you after this. But it's like, it's nothing drastically changing the story going forward. It's there's a reason why it's been kept at, like, in my head, there's a reason why it's been kept at best friends and not, it's like a brother sister.
Yeah. And this is the thing, feeling. Like, we're scheming with each other about this kind of stuff because we work together to create a character pretty much. So we always have to be in communication about these things.
But yes. Going beyond that as well, like, Ambient and Bizzy, there's like, think of it like,
they're best friends. Move on. Let's get into the actual place where they start doing things, right?
Yeah. Because I remember, Ambient and Bizzy at that point, they were starting to use the new tech.
Yeah, there's
because of Ambient's promotion.
The promotion. Because, like, you'd be used to, like, small portals at this point, but, like, the promotion meant that you were able to use big portal, big tools, you know?
Pretty much, yeah. And basically, because Ambient had access to the bigger portals, he was the one that was mostly responsible for, like, knowing how to work it. Bizzy in my head, Bizzy has, like, knows exactly how to work the smaller portals on equipment that they've used in the past, but with this bigger model, it's like not a lot of the stuff that would
because like
translated.
As part of the promotion, he would probably be
later.
As part of the promotion, he would probably be trained on it, right?
Yeah, but because I wasn't promoted as well, it was like I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he's the only sole person that knows how to work that stuff. So anyway, we go through the portals, we set the destination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously. We go through the portals, we go travel. We're in, I think I ended up landing.
So,
where did we end up landing again?
Ambient went into town and you went into, let me think. Yeah, in episode 5, this location is revealed. You went into Varia.
Yeah, I went into Varia, and that was fun. There was this weird cloud thing that was like, "Oh, hi! Hello, want to be my friend?" And I'm like,
I gave it the freaking Mickey Mouse. I gave it the Mickey Mouse voice.
You gave him the fucking Mickey Mouse voice, and I'm like, "Oh, why am I dying all of a sudden?"
No. Okay, so there were 2 clouds. So, like, for context, Bizzy's in this massive, colorful world, and she's just doing her job, and she gains a curse where she has to look into a mirror, otherwise she thinks that she's rotting away, right? When this green cloud appears in the mirror, it's like talking to her in this Mickey Mouse voice, like, "Hi there!"
Go on.
Yeah, but then there was, you were getting unsettled by it, and then all of a sudden there was another cloud behind you, and it had like this, the stereotypical dude bro voice, you know? But you didn't even get the opportunity to talk to that one because you started inhaling it and you were choking.
Are you choking? Are you choking?
Yeah, all along I planned for the clouds to be enemies.
I'm suddenly dying now.
You didn't realize that it was like, you didn't realize that it was because you were inhaling the cloud. You had no clue for the first part.
I had no clue, but because I had like this giant paintbrush, I think after a little bit of trial and paint roller. I think after some trial and error, I just like, fuck it, I'll just
smash it. Yeah, you were trying to use magic and it wasn't working.
So I'm like, paint, and it worked, you know. It was like that fucking Moon Knight image, like that Moon Knight comic panel was like, random bullshit, go!
Oh my god.
And activate the card, random bullshit.
Random bullshit, go!
Oh my goodness.
My trap card.
So you got the hell out of there, and I think most of the rest of it was just you playing around because there was this room where everything was mirrored and you just sort of made like modern art in the... It was weird.
It was weird, but I think the fun part was I eventually got into this, like, I got lost in this, like, long, never-ending hallway.
Yeah, it was... at that point, I was like, okay, Hold on a second. I'll save that until later, but I intentionally put you in an infinite hallway that you couldn't get out of.
Because I think what we discussed was there had to be a reason why I stayed behind. And
yes, that's correct. There had to also be a reason why you were a tiefling as well.
Yeah. I did not know what Jack was planning with that one at that point. All I know was that there was the end goal of me getting stuck there.
Yeah.
In the world, in the town. We ended up deciding it was Didox.
Yep.
The Didox sewer network, and eventually I'm like, okay, I can't get out of this hallway. Maybe it has something to do with the paint roller. So, I said, hey, I'll try getting out of here with the paint roller.
Yeah, but
Jack, would you like to take...
Okay, you specifically said, I am going to push random buttons on it to see if I can get out.
Am I wrong?
No,
I tried using the paint roller.
You weren't wrong, but at that, you basically sealed your fate by using those words.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that was the whole point. I just didn't know how to get to that point in particular, but I guess my phrasing did the job for me, because what happened next was random bullshit went, and I got teleported above a giant pool of acid.
Which is actually the same place that tried to kill that guy in. Same place. But this time, Bizzy appeared above the liquid and couldn't do anything. And that was so much fun for me. Being like, what is it? Sadistic? Yeah, absolute sadism moment. That trial run there, because I played music in the background for some of these, and I know the audience can't hear it. I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to do that in the future past episode 11. But I was playing like some of the most like assault on the ears music at that point, because I'm like, and I'm talking in this really desperate voice, like I was really trying to sell the notion that you are going to die here.
Yeah, I got to like, I was in the acid, I was trying to swim up, but I couldn't, and it's just like, take this much hit points, take this much hit points, take your final hit point away, and I'm just sitting there like...
And then you're like, I have to do death saves, and I'm like, nope!
Yeah, because it got to the point, like, my health was gone, it was death save throws now, and I'm like, didn't do that!
Of damage.
Yeah. The funny thing was, like, I didn't even know that death saves were a thing. So I had no idea what you were talking about at that point.
And then, like, the end of that session turned into a quick, like, minute discussion about what death save throws were, but we just decided not to do the death save throws, because...
No, it wasn't that. No, I immediately knew, no, we're not doing death saves. What the end of that trial run was basically you complaining at me that, I'm going to lose my character! That's what you were doing. You were, like, cursing at me, being like, I have to make a new character now! And I'm like, no. We're still using the one you have.
I think that was like a bit of an over-exaggeration of what happened. Like, I wasn't cursing you out completely. It was just more like, oh, you're not letting me do death save throws. My character's dead, like officially dead. And then we figured everything out. Bizzy's alive, but
yeah, no, you didn't die. You didn't die.
She's kind of a little fucked up.
Yeah,
she's kind of a little fucked up.
Exactly. I just got you to go to 0 health as like an unconscious thing.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I understood.
But like,
after you explained.
Yeah. So that raises the question though, how long have you been dunked in that stuff?
Long enough to fuck up my form completely. I don't think I've ever brought this up, but in my head, it's like, because since Bizzy is a druid, the logical point to follow after is, what's her wild shape? Because she's consistently transitioning between her cat form and her tiefling form. Yes. In my head, it's like she has no access to her wild shape form because it's completely fucked up. It's been quote unquote glitched out, so to speak. Because
would the tiefling have been her wild shape?
I honestly don't know the details on that, but it could.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
because
the details of that, but
yeah,
I'd like to imagine that.
No,
sorry, I'd like to imagine that like it's just more like. If she with her wild shape form, if it's a completely different animal or completely different form, fair enough. It's just because she was dunked in radioactive sludge.
Yeah, can't use it.
just can't use it. It's like one of those abilities that's like it's there but you can't access it because of like disadvantage.
Possibly. I mean, like, okay, so we're not at
lack of better
we're not at the point.
Explanation. She can't use it.
Yeah, we're not at the point where we've even decided what that's going to look like. Because do you have access? Does your character on paper theoretically have access to Wild Shape?
Yes. Wild Shape is an ability that can be immediately accessed. But in my head, it's something I just can't completely utilize at all because I'm already wild shaping as it is.
That's right, and I totally agree. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to use wild shape. Maybe at a later date, if we figure out like, can we maybe make this radioactive stuff not as intrusive? Because as it stands, and I know the audience hasn't seen this, but every episode, we're basically rolling a d4, basically saying, what's your form going to look like now? And sometimes we forget.
Yeah, like every now and then it's...
Yeah. But
every now and then
because of that, I'm thinking like, if we figure out a way to make the d4s not mandatory, then at that point, possibly we could introduce a wild shape.
Maybe. Like, I get that's something that's, like, has to be addressed with the very wild D4 shape, like D4 rules, but I think that's just something that needs to be addressed at a later date.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing for, like, the immediate next couple of months or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we've just got to just kind of figure out. But, yeah. Well, I don't want to leave you guys all in the dark, completely. So it does look like we actually will be able to get around to the final point on our agenda here. And that is, your guys' immediate reactions to seeing Bizzy in episode 5.
Yeah.
Because
I don't give two shits.
Okay. All right then, Wolf. Come on now.
No. Actually, Wolf, what you said was, and I quote, "Excuse me, have you fallen to a radioactive acid recently?"
That is literally what you said.
What I said.
That's the most...
The first introduction was I couldn't give any shit.
You just walked up to her and you were like, you're like, have you seen this liquid? Like, that's such a cold thing to say to someone who has clearly just been in an argument and is not looking very good.
That's very fitting, honestly. I think, like, if there was any introduction to him, that would be it.
Yeah. Okay, excluding Wolf then, what were everybody else's reactions?
Karl's reaction was, so firstly was
okay, well,
niceness,
all right.
And
first,
then
let's like not do character reactions. Let's do actual people reactions, right?
I remember someone specifically saying that they thought I was actually having a genuine argument with you.
Yeah. Like that was crazy. I didn't.
That was me.
Yeah,
that was me.
But okay, how could it have been a genuine argument? Like, explain that to me.
Trust me,
I wasn't
we couldn't
expecting
put it back to you.
But we were
actually,
okay.
No, you go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even expect it. That's why it was unexpected.
Yeah. Okay. Like, what happened is like we were all doing the thing. We were in episode 5, and then at a certain point, I was like DMing Sweet Cookie, telling her we're doing this. And then at a certain point, I was like, get in the waiting to play channel now. And she was in it. And you guys didn't even, some of you may have realized, but you didn't know what was happening because you're like, Sweet Cookie's just hanging out. But then
the only one that actually talked to me before I jumped into that VC was Zero. He was the first person to notice I had just showed up in that VC.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he was the first one to figure out something was happening.
What?
I was like, something's fishy.
It was either Zero or Glitch.
It was someone.
I think it was both of us because I
think we both
what are you
do.
doing?
Yeah, you guys point. I think
like,
you might have
You're
like
just hanging out.
You might have like quietly pointed out that Sweet was in the channel, but I was in the middle of an exposition, so it would have been rude to interrupt me.
I don't think I said anything. I think I was just silent
I was the one that said something.
Yeah.
Well, quietly.
And then at the right moment, I basically dragged Sweet in and I immediately started. And we had already planned that, like, the moment she gets dragged in, we're going to be in an argument. We planned that. We coordinated that. So
did you two have a script?
No, we just did it. We knew what we were arguing about, though.
Yes,
that is fantastic.
That was really good.
Oh,
actually, I was just reading the part of the episode 5 on the Chronicles.
Yep.
And then I read the curses part. Karl's curse.
Well, okay. That's for another time. The curses, those. Wait, hold on a second. Let me just quickly check because I didn't really.
What curse was that one? Was that
No, yeah, that was after you guys. That was after you guys were introduced to Bizzy. We're not going to get into that. That's going to be a different after party. Sorry, I'm losing track. But the curses are not important. That's what I'm saying. That was for later.
Yeah, I'm reading the Chronicle thing. It was only when we were all the characters were starting to talk to Bizzy.
Yeah, that's right.
Did they get curses? And that was the funniest. Like, that couldn't have been any funny. Like, Bizzy getting introduced to all of these guys that she'll eventually just like, oh, fine, I'll have to trust you.
And then they just
one of them strips down to their underwear. The other starts doing backflips. And someone has toxic radioactive sneezing.
Oh yeah, and I froze to death.
It's why I put that in there.
I know. Yeah, Zero. I know about the meme that you posted of Curse 65.
In terms of that couldn't have been any better.
I know. I already knew that. Basically, I needed a reason for the chronicler to show up, and I'm like, okay. Gary and him already have curses. Let's give curses to the other two people. Then we can bring the chronicler in, and then it would be like, yeah, he's here.
You repeatedly sneak. Oh,
that was him.
Yeah, you just acidic sneeze.
Wait, what was my curse?
You were frozen. You were just completely frozen.
That wasn't.
No.
That was him being an asshole.
Wait. Yeah. That's right. Exactly.
You didn't gain a curse.
You didn't gain a curse. You were just frozen.
You gained a curse after the chronicler came around.
Oh yeah. Wait, you did, didn't you?
That was the police sirens.
The police sirens. Oh, yeah. But that, again, we're jumping forward. I'm just focusing on Bizzy right now. But that, honestly, that was a highlight. That moment there of like us like screaming at each other for a while, and then like. And then at the end, someone.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it was you, Zero. You were like, "Can we time out for a moment?" That was crazy, right?
That was crazy.
I'm very proud of that. But like, honestly, all the stuff that I did with Sweet Cookie, both in the trial run and that introduction, amazing. But now I've got to try and follow it up. Like, I don't know how I'm going to best that.
Well, that's the magic with D&D. You will eventually best what you think is the best you could come up with.
Something will eventually happen. I just don't know what. Something's going to happen and I don't know what. Something's going to happen and I don't know what.
Everybody gets a curse except Bizzy.
Yeah, because I wanted her to look around and be like, what the hell? Oh my goodness.
It's like, there's no hope. There's absolutely no hope.
Yeah, but then you decided, like, once everybody had been cured, the chronicler was like, oh, you want to be part of this party? And you're like, sure.
Fuck it.
Got nowhere else to go. Might as well follow them.
Yeah. You really didn't at that point. That actually was a good thing. Like, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that I can't talk about. But it probably was a good thing that you went with them, even despite what will eventually happen in episode 6, because there's some things happening in Didocs that I don't think any of you would have wanted to be a part of. Anyway, that is
shame that we couldn't talk about.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't talk about episode 6 because I think that's like currently that's like one of my favorite episodes.
I hated that one, but anyway,
I love that one. That was
really
great.
Okay.
I can't talk about it right now.
Yeah, we
but
can't
I really
talk
like
about
that
it.
one.
No, that's
It's
gonna
a
be
shame we
next
can't talk about
time.
it yet. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, next time.
Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know what we're going to do next. Is it going to be a session? Is it going to be an after party? I'm not sure, but actually, we're filming this on the. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
We're filming this on the 19th of January, which is like the second last week of this month. Next week is gonna be the official launch of this YouTube channel. It's pretty surreal to like have this right around the corner. But you guys in the audience will already know because it will have been a couple of episodes in by now, won't we? But
and I hope you're all enjoying it.
I hope so too.
Adventure of craziness and national. And
it's
that's not even a word, but we're gonna roll with it.
We'll make it a word.
Yeah.
Son, you better be enjoying it, otherwise I'll come through this screen and beat your ass.
Anyways,
hey, sweet, what were you gonna say?
Morgan, for those insightful words.
And subscribe to Markiplier.
No, what were you gonna say, sweet? What were you gonna say?
I said thank you, Arthur Morgan, for your insightfulness.
Arthur Morgan?
What?
Who's Arthur Morgan?
I don't know who that is.
And that's the main character in the first chapter.
Oh, it's freaking FNAF, is it? Oh.
Wait, what?
No, that's what I heard. That's what I heard coming through Discord because you're not talking loud enough.
Red Dead
Redemption.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption. It honestly sounded like FNAF. Like, okay, audience, tell me if that sounded like FNAF, please.
Red Dead Redemption.
You do not want to do that.
Oh my goodness, that is... Arthur Morgan and FNAF.
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Yep. Let's.
Morgan.
Now I'm the one on the receiving end of the argument.
And before we all leave,
yes.
And in case I don't see you guys, good
Trim
afternoon,
and
good
show
evening, and good night.
outro. You stole that. You're not allowed to use that. All right.
Anyway, I'll see you all next time. And subscribe to Markiplier. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fine. We'll roll with that. I'll just end it here. Screw you all. You don't get an outro. Bye.